ladies and gentlemen, me as a computer scientist, I can see where the world is heading. Because on a daily basis I interact with the new technologies that are coming through and all that. Many of you, when they see AI, they are wondering, what is this? AI is just artificial intelligence. That's AI in full. How is artificial intelligence shaping the future of your jobs? You're studying now. But how is artificial intelligence shaping what you'll be in the future? I'm not here to scare you, but I'm here to get you thinking very fast and start planning for your future. You know, that's what I'll be talking about. That's what was about me. But I'll just start with this background information. Those of you who don't know from the computing field, there's quite a lot of transition that has happened for quite some time. Revolutions have taken place. You know, there's a time having a mobile phone with you was that moment, and you would actually put it out on the belt and start walking like this, so that the entire world sees you have a what? A mobile phone, big like this microphone. Those were days. The president here can attest. But things have changed to a level where even you cannot detect what mobile phone somebody is holding. Some have their phones on the watches. Okay? There's quite a lot that is happening. From the time the revolution moved to what we call the digital economy, because we kept on now utilizing a lot of platforms, digital platforms. When it goes to mail, you go to email. When you go to your financials, you go to mobile money. When there are so many platforms, digital platforms all over the place, that tells you that we are already dived into what we call the digital economy. An economy that is fueled by digital technologies, supporting it to run smoothly. Digital economy. That was a few years back. We have now moved to what we call a digitalized economy. Which depends on a variety of models to be able to produce and consume. You being able to consume or produce whatever the economy requires. But tapping into the potential of the digital technologies in place. So the transition has happened over a time. You may not see it. You simply dive into it and you start using it. And you're participating there, but you don't know the transition, what is happening. So there's quite a lot that is, as I say, that is happening. But the most important thing that is fueling all this digitalized economy is just one: the advancement in technologies. What we are seeing today is that the speed at which advancement in technology is happening is beyond. It cannot compete with the consumption. We, the consumers, are far behind and the producers are moving so fast. By the time you wake up, they've moved to another level. And for you, you are simply limping, especially when it comes to the developing world. So a lot is happening amidst us. And what it reflects that there is a paradigm shift completely. Whether you want it or not, you either go by the paradigm shift or not. The example I can give. Can some of you stay away from mobile money? Anyway. Eh? When you run out of the first finger, please can you send me at least 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000? It's become part of you. You don't realize until you are in there. So we had a lot of talk about 5G. You remember all that. Cloud computing, artificial intelligence. We have now what you call data analytics. The robots are already with us here. When we talk about robots, people think it's just only a moving. No. You don't know how many chatbots are online there. Supporting you, online robots supporting you in a variety of ways. So, the transition is moving from digitization to digitalization to digital transformation. These are all different things, but they are phases. The question is, where are you within a phase? You know, in Africa, the pace at which we adopt is very slow. By the time we decide to move to it, other people are far, far, far ahead of us. So this is why I ask, where are you in this? At what pace, at what level are you? You may be within the same class, but your colleagues are far ahead of you in terms of. So a lot is being fueled by AI. A lot. You don't see it out there. So we need to be able to understand AI. As I've already said, it's just in simple terms. It's the ability of a digital computer to perform tasks that are typically associated with intelligent beings. Simple. Anything that comes into play and does things you are capable of doing, and they do them at their own way without being interrupted. Artificial intelligence. We are going to see several examples, and you probably don't know that it's AI supporting you in doing all that. And there is a variety of AI out there, which falls under around 6 categories, but as we are going to see. But it has risen, it is moving so fast, and AI alone cannot be on its own without data. It depends quite a lot on data to be able to steer itself forward, because it learns and adapts. If it was able to fall into a certain mistake a few minutes back, it will understand that was a mistake. It will not fall into the mistake again. It will adapt to completely something to avoid the same mistake. That is the level of AI. Can do a lot of personalization, applied in a variety of areas. This is why I'm looking at your career, your jobs of the future. Are you prepared? Okay? I just want to pose a question to all of you. How many of you have used that? How many? Can I see your hands? How many of you have used any of these? Before I try, okay. It is okay. Please let me see your hands. Let me see your hand. Put up your hand if you have used. Okay, let's do this. How many have used BAD? You see? One person. Two. How many have used ChatGPT? There, everybody. Puts up their hand. How many have used Bing AI? Again, we have quite. The question is, you are within the same university. How comes some of you have not used any of these? You see, the adoption rate. Now, I just want to let you know, these are among the thousands of tools that can perform the same tasks that these are performing. Did you know that? You know, when ChatGPT came into the public, this is when the academia started flipping around, or running around, or there was this thing, the students are doing what. But this has been there for some time. It's because ChatGPT advanced to another level that brought out the significance of what it can do. And that is the time that academia woke up and said, oh, all these assignments these students are submitting to us are being generated. And now we know, for information, we know that you are capable of going to BAD, ChatGPT, Bing, generate a concept. And then, because you know we shall understand that is coming from any of these AI tools, you take the same concept and put it in another AI tool which rewrites it as a student. Were you aware that there is a tool which can rewrite that entire work so that it doesn't look to be work from an expert? You see? The question is, how many of your lecturers know that this is happening? So many of you submit and even laugh, you get 80, 90, and then you laugh and say, nah, look at this man. Eh? He's not aware that I'm actually utilizing AI to get for me all the marks. So you are going to get A's, you are going to get all these 90s and all that. The question will be, is it your work? The next question that will come through, when you finally graduate and you're out, are you that critical thinker we see in the results we have? In the workplace, are you going to be looking for AI, ChatGPT to support you? They tell you go and write what? Those things we are doing in the holiday from the lawyers. Go and write what? Huh?
Research about something.
No, for the industry.
Statement of defense.
Statement of defense. They tell you, go and write it. Will you run to ChatGPT? Based on the scenario that has been given to you, which requires you to do critical thinking about what you are going to write about. Now you see your career and AI coming into play. There is question. As I say, there is quite a lot. We are not going to go into this. Types of categories of AI. All of them can do different things. Machine learning, neural networks, then you go into robotics, you go into expert systems, you go into natural language processing, you go into physiology. All these, they're quite similar. So the question is, the AI you are using, where does it fall? You are going to be interfacing with these in the industry because they are already there with us. We're not going backwards anymore. They are here with us. We either adopt and move with the rest of the world, or we do not adopt and we create the digital gap even bigger. So how shall we interface with the developed world? When they are talking about, they actually will not come to interface with you. They will send an AI robot to come and do what? And discuss with you. So how are you going to relate with it? This is your partner in the office. Is going to be a robot, probably. How are you going to, they will be so intelligent, how are you going to reason with them? They put you in a group and you're going to work with the robot to do something. You see how the career are changing. It's with us here and it's not yet ready to leave us. So, with the advancement, even in the AI right in this area, which is called the generative AI, it is actually assumed that 30% of hours worked today could be automated by 2023 in the US. 30%. That's a very huge percentage. And what does it mean? That the jobs are going to be lost. Is your job part of them? So where are you in the future? You need to rethink the way you're going to survive in the future, in the workplace. Okay? So what does it require us to do? Simple. Within the changing nature of work, students need to understand that things have changed and we have to do things differently. You need to be able to develop the skills that require you to work in an AI industry that we have. This is the reason that some of you have actually already adopted some of this and some other people have not adopted anything. The question is why? Are the others brighter? What is the problem?
Conservative.
Lots of things will come in. But if you are going to survive, you need to be able to develop extra skills that require you to work in a different way that relates to the area. The diversity is going to be there. So many things happening. Where are you going to hold on and say, this is where I'm going to be good, and then cling on that, learn what is supposed to be learned, and work with the technology that is there. We are going to need a lot of collaboration. A lot. You're already collaborating unknowingly with your colleagues. Even the colleagues you don't know who are out there across the world. Are you aware you could be collaborating with a robot? You think it's a student, a fellow student in class somewhere, but it's a robot that has been built. Okay? And remember, you know, some of you, you know, a human being is a human being. They tell the human being, go and sit at the reception and man the reception. After 2 hours, they're tired of sitting there. They want to go to the ladies or gents. They feel hungry. They want to go fetch commando somewhere. You know, this AI will be put there and will work 24 hours without saying, I'm tired, and deliver the best quality of work. Now, as an employer, why do I need you? Who is going to be telling me after 2-3 hours, I want to do this, I lost a friend, I'm going for burial. When I can put there this machine, that can work for me 24/7 without complaining. Do you still have a job? We need to rethink. We need to rethink. So, to alert you, I know you are coming from different disciplines. You may say, it's not there in our discipline. But I just want to alert you on some of the things that are there. When you go to health, this is what is already happening. So much there that people can be able to do a surgery when they are in the United States of America and the patient is in Uganda. And they will do a very clean surgery. How is it possible? Okay? So, as you may see, there's quite a lot. And it can do diagnosis to the level, to the highest precision. Precision, I'm saying, to the best percentage that it is right. And they said this is a cancer or not a cancer. Now for you, take off this meat here, at least this meat wasn't a good one, take it from there. They are all taking them to somewhere for the lab to... The robot will take it, or AI will take it, and with the highest precision, will be able to do a diagnosis. So they are using it in a variety of ways. Self-care, in diagnosis, in decision support, care delivery, chronic care management. It's already abroad. They are able to know that when you're wearing a watch of this kind, which is smart, and it's measuring your temperature, it's measuring your pressure, it will understand that this person is about to do ABCD. And as you're walking, you see doctors coming and say, please, can we help you? Can you sit? And they give you medication. Because it has alerted them, there is a problem coming to their patient. It's not only in health, but this is just a percentage which is a bit, has been able to automatically detect breast cancer with a 92% success rate. Almost equivalent to that of specialists, which is 96%. The success rate is 99% when the doctor's analysis and AI results are combined. So just imagine, you are studying to be a doctor here. If your analysis can give you a bit of 96%, and the AI can go to 92%, if you combine your magazine, you and the AI, you're almost going to hit 100%. The question is, have you learned how to work with the AI to supplement what you're doing as your job? This is what we need to learn. Not to be able to shun away what is coming. How can we work with it to better give us the service we want to have? It is in education, all over the place. I want to give you an example. This is also happens in communication. Many of you have used Zoom, haven't you? But just imagine, in every minute, you have more than 100 million people on Zoom. Who is capable of managing all those accounts at the same time? Is there any human being who can do that? All over the world, what superhuman being can be able to do? There's something at the back. And know that when you log in, it's not going to log you into another account, but to log you into the direct account you want to go to and the fellowship you want to attend. Something is managing everything spontaneously well. AI. if we placed you there, just in a few minutes you'll be confused, even go mad. The impacts that AI can do in lots of ways, you can find them. It has also some challenges. Beware, it has a lot of challenges. You need to go slow in adoption and all that. Okay? Because it comes with a lot. When you get addicted to it, you become completely useless fellow. Everything they tell you, first thing you run, ChatGPT. Yeah? Everything you go to big AI. I'm telling you, you become a useless fellow. You can't think for yourself. So that means your workplace, you are going to have to rethink on how you are going to be able to do that job. Okay? So there are quite some challenges in there, really serious challenges. I just want to leave you with some of these bit of quotes. The fact is that whether we want it or not, as we do our studies, we want to graduate and go out. You may go out, graduate and go out, and you find that your job is already gone. And this is why you need to start now thinking, how does my job fit into the current era? The facts are there. As we are losing some, even new ones are emerging. Do you want to be part of the emerging ones? You need to rethink. I want to go into that. So what are we going to need? The skills and competences in the future. People have been thinking that programming these things is only for the computer scientists and all that, the digital skills. I'm telling you, you are going to need a lot of digital literacy. You are going to need a lot of domain knowledge in what you are doing and how you can apply that. If you are doing law, how can you apply AI to help you do a lot of things? If you are doing business, journalism. So you need to think about that. And then you may be even forced to go into acquiring skills of data analysis. To become a data scientist, but in your area of law. That you can go out and dig information about different cases by a click of a button, and the AI can help you analyze this case, analyze this case, analyze this case, and they tell you, I think this is the most appropriate case to use for this particular. This is where we are heading. Okay? So there's quite a lot you need to do to be able to. Decision making. That we are going to give you a job and put you on AI. And what it does is to generate a lot of information. And for you, you're supposed to do what we call decision making. You have everything in front of you. What does it mean? Tells you to go this side or tells you to go this side. And you're the person in front of that information. So that critical thinking is required. The soft skills. So this is just an example of what is going to happen. The impact. And they're telling you by some years, this was by 2021. But if you see what is happening, a lot of careers are being lost. So if you sit comfortably and say, okay, this is my traditional way of studying, let me study and go out with a bachelor's of laws, and I'm going to fit in the industry the way I've been led to go, you are mistaken. There's once this guy said, just as electricity transformed almost everything 100 years ago, today I actually have a hard time thinking of an industry that I don't think AI will transform in the next several years. So today AI is electricity now. We are going to need it in whatever way. It is going to control you in whatever way. How many of you have smartphones? I just want you to know and look at. How many of you have smartphones? Put up your hands. Not you. I'm not going to pose another question. I just want to see how spread it is. How many of you have smartphones? Okay. How many of you have Gmails running on those smartphones? Okay. Now, I just want to give you a scenario. That you know that when we entered into your Google admin, we can be able to know where you have been for the last 1 year. Even where you were last, currently storing where you are right now. Are you aware of that? If you went to Pekafunda, nobody was seeing you, who was seeing you? So there's all this trying to monitor you and track you all over, but you're not aware that it's actually there. Today, as you go to bed and sleep and simply place your phone there, there's so many AI tools that can trigger your camera and change it in whatever way you want, and it will start recording you as you're sleeping. Are you aware of that? They're in existence. You know, these guys have gone to an extent that they know, there's a boyfriend and a girlfriend, they let down each other and all that, and say, okay, we shall develop a robot, AI robot, which is a girlfriend and a boyfriend. And completely come and study you to the level that it will understand you completely in and out and knows what you want and you don't want. And it's there for you at all times. That this boy or girl who, when she's in this mood, she's the other side. When she's in this mood, she's the same. So, but the other one is already, it will understand exactly what you feel and things of that. These are already in existence. You see how the world has moved? We hear them as stories, but this is where we are now. How many of you have seen the film called Terminator? Terminator was a simulation. It was a simulation of what is coming ahead. And the robots that are in Terminator are already on market. They're there. They're acting as guards, they're acting as what? All sorts of things. Do we need a watchman anyway? When that one can, it can sense actually you're coming from the other corner without knowing, because the satellite is helping them from the space to know the thief is actually coming from the other side. You pass the other side, it passes the other side and leaves. I'm telling you, this is where the world has moved to. So as we do all this, I'm winding up, as we do all this, we are not forgetting leaving the human in charge. We need to make sure the human is in charge. Keep the human in the room. So that at a certain time, when this robot or something has gone berserk, the human can somehow come out. But it's assumed that the future of education lies in the personalized AI tutors, which will provide students with a unique and customized learning experience. These AI-powered tutors will be knowledgeable, adaptive, and affordable. So the question is, would you need me as a lecturer? It's giving a much cheaper education. Okay? So if we do not rethink the way we are living our educational life and the future of the jobs we want to take, I assure you, you'll find when your job is long gone. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I end my session there. Thank you, Prof.
Please, clap, clap.